Hi, everyone. It's Angela Ervin and Paula Harvey, our Vice President from the Cypress Houston Chamber of Commerce. And we are joined by Martha Burns, the Executive Director of Cypress Assistant Ministries. Welcome, Martha. How are you
Thank
doing
you.
today?
I am very well. Thank you very much for this opportunity to talk about Cypress Assistance Ministries. CAM is what most people know us by.
Well, you guys do so much for the community. So tell us a little bit about what you do, and then tell us about the challenges you've been facing right now with the COVID-19 pandemic.
All right. Well, CAM is, I tell people we are a flow through for this community. People in the community are very generous, and they give us things, financial donations, donations for our resale store, food, the school supplies, toys at Christmas, and we pass those things through to the community, to people in our community that are struggling. And we have four primary lines of service, and that is client services, which helps with rent and utilities, and then some special needs. We have a big Christmas program and a program at Thanksgiving and back to school. We also have Operation Jobs that provides employment services at no cost to the person, the job seeker. We have a very vibrant food pantry. And then we also do adult education. We teach GED and English as second language classes. And of course, all of that has been up in the air since the beginning of the pandemic. The food pantry has not stopped operating. And interestingly enough, our director shared with me today, in 2019, so all of 2019, we served just over 12,000 individuals. From March 20th, when CAM had to unfortunately shutter all of its programs except for the food pantry, through yesterday, we have served 12,000 people in that amount of time. We have distributed about 240 tons of food in that amount of time. So for a small, fairly small operation, I know Paula's been to the pantry, it's a little less than 3,000 square feet. We have achieved some remarkable results in managing to make sure people in our community are food secure, that they have enough to eat. And we've had to change how we do business. It's all it was a drive-through operation for months where people just drove through and nobody touched anybody. And certainly it was, we loaded the cars. We now do have people that come to the door. But again, our normal model is a client shop model where clients can pick out their own food, but because of social distancing and safety, we are bringing boxed food out to them instead. So that's been the biggest change for our paid and volunteer staff. Is it's not the client picking out their own groceries, which is normally how we operate. Big change in GED and English as second language. We're doing distance learning. Our instructors, volunteer instructors, are masters of Zoom classes at this point and are teaching GED and ESL via distance learning. And we've had about 50% of our students that are able to continue their education. And I was told this morning, we had 4 people pass their GED test last week, which is a big deal. Cam really believes that the adult education, the Operation Jobs, when people are working, there are so many more opportunities that are open for them. So if we can help them become employed and become more employable in general, then they have a better opportunity to not struggle so financially. So the client services, we also are doing by appointment only. So if somebody needs help with rent or utilities, they have to call to make an appointment, and because, well, again, we're trying to keep everybody safe. And we've had a number of paid and volunteer staff that have not been able to come into the office. Either they have been impacted by COVID-19 or they decided they were older and decided to retire. We've had lots of retirees, and then we can't have retiree parties, which I hate that. But we've had a number of people that have had to make the choice to not be part of CAM, at least at this time. And so that leaves us shorthanded. and we are always looking for additional volunteers. And so that would be something I would want the community to know about, is we'd like your helping hands if you are able to. We obviously are complying with all of the mask orders and social distancing. I'm sitting in a room by myself, which is why I don't have a mask on. So, you know, it's as safe as it is, I think, to be at the grocery store to volunteer here. So if people are interested in having some time to give, we'd love that. We really could use the help.
Wow, Martha. All I can say is we sure enjoy or love working with you and Cam. Cam's such a large nonprofit in our area, and you do so much for the community. We're so fortunate, I guess, to be joined at the hip with you and know everything that's happening and however we can help. We're glad that you tell us you need volunteers, and if there's other things you need to tell us that you need, however we can help promote that and push it for you, we're happy to do it. You know, you've been through all these challenges.
Paula, if I can interrupt you, the one thing I forgot, and our development director would be smacking me on the hand if I didn't mention it, school is coming, and we have always had a big back to school program. We are working hard to get enough backpacks, school supplies, they're coming in. We are working on how we're going to distribute that. Again, obviously, the same old way doesn't work. We're looking at a drive-through kind of operation, and I'll be able to get you more details. But in the meantime, we really need backpacks, both clear and cloth, because our understanding is school's going to start and kids need supplies. That doesn't change. And so we're going to continue that program, but we sure need the community's help for backpacks, particularly, and then school supplies.
Great. Thank you for the reminder on that. I know you do a big backpack drive every year, and we need to definitely push that for you as well. Maybe we can do an e-blast of some sort and stir some things up, because it's coming. It's right around the corner, it seems.
It is.
Yeah. Well, with all the challenges and everything I know you've been through, because you're experienced in a large nonprofit, what advice would you give another nonprofit of what they could do right now, or something you've learned?
We had a staff meeting this morning, and you know, it may sound Pollyanna, but we strive to err on the side of kindness, mercy, and grace, because these are tough times. People are upset. They are uncomfortable. They are unsure, and things that were comfortable for them in the past are not now. And what we have found is that kindness is the key. The best thing we can do is acknowledge everyone's level of comfort, no matter what that is. And that's really kind of the first step. When we have clients who just are at the end of their rope and don't know what to do, we rely on other community resources. We rely on, we're a faith-based organization, but we certainly don't require you to have any religion of any kind to receive our services. But if you ask one of us to pray with you, we're going to do that. So the first thing I would encourage is that kindness. It just makes all the difference in the world. The second thing I would say is, as a nonprofit, we get busy helping others, and we have to remember that those rules are in place. We have had a staff member who's had to quarantine themselves. Were not tested positive, but a family member was. And the last thing a local area ministry can do, or any kind of helping organization, is put other people in danger. So my best advice is keep your finger on the pulse of everybody that's coming through the door. We have thermometers at every location, and our volunteer services manager is at the door and taking people's temperature before they step in. And if somebody doesn't feel well, they don't get to stay here. So my encouragement would be is those rules are in place, because it's not just about me or the people that work here, volunteer or paid. It's about the multitude of clients that we're seeing coming through our doors, and they've already got enough trouble. The last thing I need to do is expose them to anything else. And so I would also encourage, I would encourage to take some time, even though it takes a little time, take some time to do some planning. And what are you going to do in that situation? One of our sister ministries had a volunteer in their warehouse that was COVID-19 positive. They had to shut down. Well, that doesn't help anybody. That doesn't help the people we're serving, and it doesn't help the people trying to serve. So that would be my biggest encouragement, is just follow those rules. Even if you go, what a pain, it doesn't matter. We need to do the best we can for the people we're serving.
Very good words of encouragement. Kindness and safety. I love it.
Kindness and safety.
It's a good balance.
Yeah, we rely on grace around here quite a bit. We do. Yeah.
Well, thank you for being with us. We appreciate you, and if you don't hesitate to reach out to us. We want to keep hearing what you need, and so we can spread the word too. And we miss seeing you. We miss seeing you.
I know. There's so many people I see. When I finally am able to see, I'm going to hug the stuffing out of you. But it's just, I just got to get there first. So yeah, I think we're all missing that human contact, and it'll be good to get it back.
Agreed. We all want our hugs, right?
That's right.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Martha. We appreciate everything that you do with your organization to help our community, and we can't say how much we appreciate you in that.
Well, thank you. I would just encourage people to give what they can, do what they can, and keep themselves busy during this time.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
All right. You guys take care. Thanks for the opportunity.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Thank you, Martha.
You're welcome. Right. Thank you.